All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Of course, happy Thanksgiving for all of you celebrating in the US today and this weekend, right? So I'm so grateful for all of you, as you know, but I'm missing you today because, I love to have you on these shows live whenever possible. But of course, you can watch the recording on YouTube afterwards. So today, my dear friend here with us is Gemma King, and we're going to be talking about stop shrinking, start shining, and change your life. And so we have been talking about that a little bit, in this community anyways, right? During this whole season, about showing up, right? Showing up, not hiding anymore kind of thing. So we're going to talk about all of that. So some of what specifically we're going to talk about is, I had this written down, but speaking up, right? Flaunting your weirdness. We're all weird in some way. Quitting the comparison game. And unfortunately, we do compare ourselves with others or how we were in the past, etc. We're also going to be talking about protecting your energy, maintaining your energy field. And that's really key, really, really important, as we always talk about as well. But also leaning into main character energy. So that's going to be something new that we're going to talk about today, but I'm excited about that. And of course, Gemma is going to be talking to us about an amazing opportunity that could change your life. And so we're going to get right into it because there's always so much to talk about. You know how much I love to talk and share. So, so Gemma, welcome to the show, number one. So glad you're here.
Thank you.
So I'm excited about this conversation because this is the first time on the show that you're here, and you are someone that I look up to a lot because you are sharing so much of yourself, but also I'm learning a lot about TikTok from you. So as comfortable I am in this arena, in the show that I do, twice a week kind of thing, I have not been that comfortable doing Facebook Lives or, YouTube Lives or TikToks, right? But I've started that with your help, with your coaching and teaching about how to do that. So I've been doing a little bit more of that on my own for a bit. I'm going to do more for the Awaken Happiness Now community in a little while once I get a little bit more comfortable, right? But Gemma is with us here today to talk about all of that as well, especially, especially about speaking up, right? And of course, as you know, whenever I talk about speaking up, my throat goes crazy, right? So starting to clear some of those energies about the fear of speaking up, the fear of showing up, etc. So let me just tell you really quickly about Gemma. So she is a single mom. She's a home educator. She's a successful entrepreneur. She is an officially trained psychic medium and manifestation expert turned TikTok guru, growth strategist with a strong mission to impact lives globally. And so what that means is, basically, she's living life on her terms. She is not bending to anybody else's will. She's not hiding, right? She is going full out, for herself and her children, right? And her clients, community, etc., right? And part of that being so visible is being willing to be rejected, willing to be judged. And I think a lot of us hold back, and keep ourselves small and keep ourselves limited because of that fear of judgment and fear of rejection. Right? So when you're talking about speaking up, it really means being our authentic, true voice. But also when we're being our authentic, true voice, I think our energy resonates better with people. Like they can really see who we are when we're actually being willing to be vulnerable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So many of us, I want to sort of touch base on this subject, is from my point of view, many years ago, I had a deep witch wound. So some of you might have heard about that. I had a very kind of, it does, many of you, if you see me on social media now, won't ever believe these words are coming out my mouth. But I was afraid to actually be myself. I had a corporate background. So for me to put myself out there originally as with all my witchy, my weirdness, my psychic stuff, my paranormal stuff, almost even crystal, even my love of crystals, and I was just like, I have a corporate, so I was like, I can't be seen as that, like that. Why? because I had a witch wound, because we're persecuted. But then I haven't realized that we are safe in this lifetime to speak up. Really, we are. And so I found myself always floundering. So some of you may have experienced this, where this was especially so when I was in corporate. I was constantly starting new business side hustles. I was doing stuff because I was like, I can do my own thing, I'm really smart, but I never got anywhere. Why? Because I never spoke out, because I never was my authentic true self on any platform in any capacity. So it got to a point, and I remember having a conversation with someone 10 years ago, actually. And she said the same thing. Gemma, it's safe, because I used to have the same around the throat chakra. It was like I had to clear it, like it was my throat. Every time I tried to say something, I felt like it was blocked. And I did some work on it, and I just thought, do you know what? And sorry, guys, don't, if I do swear, this is me being authentic. I just thought, fuck it. Fuck it. What's going to happen? I'm going to find my people, because by not being me, it's almost like I'm wearing this mask. It's almost like I'm pretending. It's like I'm being an actress and I'm pretending. And so therefore what it does is it brings the wrong people to you, because they just think you're something else. And actually then what happens is you realize that they're not your people. They annoy you, or they become, you get irritated by them, and then you think it's you, and then it's this vicious circle. But actually it's not that at all. You've put this mask on, you've become this actress and or actor, and so therefore you've attracted the wrong people to you. What I found is when I just thought, do you know what, I don't care what anyone thinks of me, because my people will find me. And it was freeing. I brought the best people into my world. My best friend that I have now, I literally trust with my life. I have a very tight group, like of friends and connections, and they're all since I let my true self out. And I couldn't be happier. And now, even online, yeah, I ruffle some feathers. Some people don't like me, but I want you to remember, I mean, how many of us want to please every single person that we come across? How many of us get scared about having that someone disagreeing with us or not liking us, or for whatever reason? How many of us feel uncomfortable with that? But I want you to know it's okay, because you can't be everyone's cup of tea. What's the saying? But I want to be, I am someone's shot of whiskey. Okay, so I just want you guys to really dig down deep in what is the fear of the, if you aren't being your authentic self, why? Ask yourself why 5 times, because you will get to the root cause of it. So ask yourself why, and why. And you will get to what it really comes to. It often stems from childhood trauma, as many of us know. It's the people pleasing. But honestly, yeah, not everyone loves champagne, Nikki. So true. And I honestly can say that when that happened, I mean, I'm very spiritual. And when that happened, I felt like my spirit team were like, hell yeah, we've got your back. And I just kept getting synchronicities, and I still do every day. And I know I'm on the right path. It didn't happen before that. I felt like I was blocking myself. I was completely blocked.
I love that. And you just said something so important, which I was thinking about earlier today. And that is about, you're a spiritual person, right? Doing all these different things. But the point is, we are all spiritual people. We are of spirit. That's what spiritual means, to be of spirit. We are all of spirit. So whether we are doing materialistic things or light worker things, we are still of spirit, right? So we are all spiritual people. So everything we do comes from that place of being an expression of source. So I always say this, that, source is working through me, expressing itself through me in this lifetime. So how can I keep stopping myself, keep judging myself, when truly I'm an expression of source? I'm an expression of God, source, creator. And if God, source, creator wants to have this experience, and every experience, Every experience is the experience of us co-creating with source, with God. Okay, everything is. We are never alone. We're not doing this by ourselves. We think we are because we get in our head, but we are always doing this with spirit. And the thing is, do you think spirit wants us to hide, shrink, stay in the shadows, etc.? No. And the thing is, I used to always, I've shared this before, but some of you may not have heard it, but I was a wallflower. I used to stutter. So when I didn't ask questions when I was in school or anything, and when I was in corporate, I was the good girl, did what everybody told me to do, did not ruffle any feathers. They said, don't make any waves. Like, okay, fine. I'll just, do that. And then when I started doing the show back in 2013, I was like, how the heck am I talking to, people, in this platform? Back then it wasn't video, it was only audio, but still, it's like I'm talking to all these powerful healers, famous healers, etc., and this community. And how did I get here? Right? It was meant to happen because it was that communication, that witch wound that we had in the past was not ruling my life anymore as much. Right? And so it was about taking those little baby steps. It was a big one, but anyway, those little baby steps and saying, yes, I'm willing to do this. Yes, I'm willing to let source work through me so that I can experience life in a bigger way, in a more sovereign way, if that makes sense, instead of hiding. Right?
It's so important. I mean, I'm interested, guys. Raise your hands if you feel like you're hiding a little bit. Be honest. How many?
Yeah.
So we've got cameras off, but you can stick your hand icon up, or you can comment. Yeah.
In the chat, absolutely. And that's the thing, I'm still hiding, right? And like you would think, well, no, she's not. She's always doing these live shows. All her stuff is on YouTube and blah blah blah. But how much of myself am I truly sharing in these calls? Right? I'm not. I'm playing the role of the host, right? But when I do my VIP calls, then I'm like sharing everything. Everything comes out, right? And so why do I feel comfortable in some areas and not others? That's still part of that, fear of being seen, fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, I guess, kind of thing, right? So we all have it to some degree, but are you willing to step out of that to be who you truly came here to be, which is an expression of source, having an abundant life, being sovereign in your life, and doing what lights you up? Right? And what lights you up is going to then resonate out to the people in your life and your community, and they will see that, oh, she's doing this, he's doing this. Okay, maybe I can do a little bit of this, meaning stepping out and being authentic and being vulnerable, right? And the whole vulnerable piece is like Gemma says, we're not going to get killed here like we were in the past. Like we all have that. I was hanged, my head was chopped off, I was burned. I've seen all those lifetimes, right? For speaking my truth, for speaking out against other people, etc. I've seen all that, but that's not happening now in this lifetime, right? So we need to really look at ourselves and say, what do I really want to express here? How do I really want to work with source to co-create the best life possible?
Absolutely. And do you know what Nikki's just commented in the chat, and something I want to touch on? She said, shining your light gives others permission to shine theirs. This is really an important point to take away, is that by hiding yourself, you are doing a disservice. By hiding yourself, you are literally almost kind of not helping others. You're not having the impact that you're meant to be. We are in this physical body right now. And I'm guessing most of you, I mean, I do, I believe in past lives, I believe in reincarnation. We have this physical body right now, and we are here to do what we need to do. But by hiding ourselves, we're not having the impact, and we are not showing other people that it's also okay. So I always think, I'm like, wow, I did such a disservice. It's not about me. It's about everyone that I can impact. And I wasn't doing that. I wasn't impacting people.
I got chills all over when you said that, because you're right. We get stuck in our heads when we're thinking about ourselves and we're not thinking about all the other people that are watching us, listening to us, and, you know, looking up to us and seeing what we're doing so that they can do the same. They can step out of their shell. They can, you know, voice their opinions, etc. Right? And when we hold ourselves back, we're not just limiting ourselves, we're limiting the collective. Like we always talk about how, you know, we're all about light, we're all about love, we're all about compassion, right? And bringing more light to the world. Well, how can you bring more light to the world when you're shining, when you're dimming your light and you're not shining your light? How can you bring more light to the world, right?
And you're hiding in the dark, you're hiding in the shadows. You know, I know shadows are a great thing when we talk about things like shadow work, but this is literally hiding yourself in a little corner and peeping out like a little mouse, like a little tiny mouse, and every now and again.
Yeah,
It's just
it
you
it
need to,
doesn't serve you.
no, absolutely not. And I know it takes guts. It does take guts. And there's often that fear factor, like being judged, like we've said, being judged, being persecuted, you know, things that have had happened to us in past lives. And they are there sometimes. They're still there because, you know, we carry those into our current existence. But I I want you to think about what really is the fear of truly being yourself and write it down. Like, are you scared what your neighbor thinks next door? Or are you scared what other people might think of you? Are you worried about maybe you've got parents or family on your Facebook or social media? What is it? I mean, it could be 1,000 things, but what are you really scared of? And I'd write them down
So
because we've
I'm just gonna invite everyone who's here now live to
oh yeah,
write that in the chat. And for those of you who are watching later on YouTube on the replay, write it in the comments. What are you scared of? What is that fear there? First thing that comes up. I don't think about it. Just what's the first thing that comes up? Because that's going to be what it is. But
for
then
me,
when it comes up, question it. I say this all the time. Question everything you think. Question everything you feel. Because none of it is, it feels valid in the moment, but you are a being of light. You are a being, source created light being. You have so much power within you, so much power and potential with you. And so when you have these fears coming up, that's your emotional body, that's your mental body. But tap into your heart space, tap into your sovereign self after you know, get that first answer and really question, is that really true for me still? Or was that something from the past? Right?
so many of your comments are valid. Like they're all valid. Um, Especially Erica, you mentioned being ostracized. You know, there's not being good, like I'm not good enough, failure, letting people down. So
Absolutely.
what I want you to think about with this is there's a lot of judgment as well. Judgment. It's a hard one because I've been through all of them. Judgment from family, feeling like I was being judged by people that didn't even know me, and failure and letting people down, that I'll do it wrong. But I will tell you something, by being your complete unique self and being you in the world, you will never do it wrong, ever. And people will judge you. I'm going to be honest. But do they, if they got the same mission as you, do they pay your bills? Do they, you know, are they, think about it, guys. Like, if you have this big mission in the world to help others and impact others, and in order to do that, we have to be ourselves, is that one person judging you going to stop you? Are they going to hold you back? Fear is often, we hear this, fear is false evidence appearing real. They're often thoughts in our head that aren't really true. And if they are true, then what, it's a difficult one. And I'm very raw and real. I cut people off, family or not. If I'm judged by someone and they don't support me and they don't love me for who I am, I cut them off. That sounds really, really harsh. I cut my mum off. My mum's really toxic. I talk to her most days, but she's not on any social media. She's not on anything. She doesn't understand. Cut them off. I've cut my grandparents off. Toxic, most toxic people you would know. And if I talked about anything like witchcraft or spiritual or anything, they think it's utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. Cut them off. I don't even talk to them anymore. Blood may be thicker than water means nothing. And failure, Katie, failure in letting people down. You'll never let people down, lovely, being yourself. I promise you. Like I can see people's shadows as well. So if I look at you long enough, guys, I can see what's holding you back. And all of you are, although the ones I can't see behind camera, if they've got their cameras off, I want you to think of something that scares you. Here's a little task, if you don't mind me giving everyone a task. I want you to think of something that really scares you in putting your message out to the world. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's writing a social media post that's true to your heart. Maybe it's saying to people, hey, I'm a spiritual being and this is what I live and I'm passionate about. Maybe you've never actually spoke out loud. Maybe you're someone like me who for years didn't F and blind on my social media and was like, do you know what, that's me. I'm going to start speaking my language. And if I put people off because I'm saying the F word every 5 seconds, I don't care. They're not my people. Think of something that scares you. Maybe it's going live and saying, hey guys, I'm coming on to tell you something about me and telling you about my mission and my why. I want you to do it. I want you to write it down and I'll give you a challenge. Do it in 7 days, within 7 days, because what happens with fear, once you do it, it goes away. It's quite magical, actually. It's one of those things that when you take an action to do something, as scary as it is, it's like, I don't know if anyone's ever jumped out of a plane. I have. It's scary. And I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, I literally tried to talk myself out of it. I was like, no, I'm not doing this now. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Was like, this is insanity. What am I doing? Landed on the floor, and Nikki, you probably felt the same. And I was like, oh my God, I could do that again. I could do that again. That was so great. Fear's gone. If someone tells me to jump out of a plane now, I'm like, yeah, cool.
I
Yeah,
loved it. I
absolutely.
wouldn't want to do it again.
Really? I'm just
No.
I am an adrenaline junkie. So I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, this is so cool. But you know, you want to get over your fear by just doing it. And also, guys, can I just say about judgment, something really important. Judgment. You will get judged. Like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you. People will judge you. But here's the nice part. You find your people. You find your tribe. You find those people that love and adore you for everything you are by being yourself. By being yourself. So those people that judge you, you're not bothered. You won't be bothered.
Yeah.
I promise you.
And that's the thing, you know, as soon as you do it once, I mean, I just did a Facebook Live today, 5 minutes, you know, and I haven't done a Facebook Live. I do these shows, but so I did it. It's like, okay, I'm just going to do it, whatever, right? Quick, short, 5 minutes. Whew, it's like, okay, I can do that, you know, so it's like, okay, next time I'll do one that is a bit more personal, right? So, you know, for me, that's the part I have to get out of my shell and out of my comfort zone, is be able to share something personal. I'm always talking about superficial stuff, right? And surface stuff, but I don't ever get personal because I've never been personal. Like, you know, I was taught, you know, early on that, you know, don't air your dirty laundry. Don't talk about personal stuff to people, like anybody, you know. So for the longest time, all my experiences, I never told anybody. There's so many things still I have never spoken out loud, right? Because that's what I was taught, you know. So I'm not used to it. I'm not comfortable with it, but I'm going to start, right? Because I know, for, you know, a lot of you know who I am, trust me, like me, all that wonderful stuff. But, you know, when you really find out even more about who I am, you know, then maybe you'll even understand even more. And then you'll understand that I'm not anybody special. I'm just like you. I just, you know, slowly come out of my shell a little bit at a time. But I'm just like you. I always say anybody could do this. What I'm doing, anybody could do, right? The healing part, for sure, is like, again, that is not me. That's just all channeled. I don't plan it, right? So the guides and the angels and the galactic beings of light, they come through and the channeling happens, right? So that's why it's like, yeah, I don't do anything. It just happens, right? But that's part of that is being willing to show up, right? And where are you not showing up in your life for yourself? So that is a big question that you need to ask yourself. Where are you not showing up for yourself? And showing up means being authentic, being vulnerable, willing to be seen by people around you, but also being willing to be seen by the universe. The universe, spirit creator is always watching to see what your next step is going to be so that it can support you in, going forward with those next steps. Right? For me, the universe is very supportive. Doesn't mean everything goes the way I want, but it's very supportive, right? So it's about taking those chances, taking those little risks, and asking yourself, what do I truly want? Why am I here? What am I here to experience? What am I here to share? What is my mission for this life? And not all of us have big missions, right? I get it, but still, why are you here? Okay. And so those types of questions you need to ask yourself. And part of that is being willing to be weird, right? So whatever weird is, I call it, I have little quirks. I'm different. I mean, like, somebody on the show the other day didn't even realize I was Indian. It's like, yeah, I mean, I don't look Indian, but I am, right? And so I have different little quirks and little weirdness things about myself. I love crystals. You know, I love talking to the dragons and the fairies and the angels and the guides and the galactic beings and source and my higher self. It's what we do. That is part of who I am, right? So, be weird, but be true to yourself. Okay. And part of that is about, asking yourself that question, what do I want to do? Like, why am I here? And stop comparing. Oh my goodness. I know I do that sometimes too. I compare, but stop comparing because you don't know the other person's situation and nobody knows your situation. Nobody, right? Allie, did you have a question or no? Okay. Right. So Gemma, a little bit about the comparison thing. Because so
Yeah,
many of us stop from doing anything because we're comparing to
we
each
do.
other.
And it's such a dangerous, terrible disease is comparison. And especially with social media as well, because social media is one of those places that many people in any form of business, spiritual or otherwise, you will often see the best parts of everything. Of course, we're putting things out there. You see people that you are like, oh, I want to be her, but do you really know them? No. We don't know their stories. We don't know what's going behind the scenes. No one is you. Okay. There is not one single person on this planet that is you. You are completely unique. And if you're seeing someone, like I get a lot of people come to me going, oh, I wish I could be like you. No, you don't. You need to be more like you, because we all have amazing qualities, amazing. And again, this is a little task for everyone as well. I want you to write down, and this is going to be hard for you guys. I'm not going to lie. I want you to write down 5 things that make you you. Why are you amazing? You're going to struggle. Some people are going to struggle. Some people don't even know what to say about themselves. Or, if you struggle with this, go and ask your network. If you could describe me in 5 words, give me them. That's a really good exercise to put out. Describe me. I might even do it myself later. Just describe me in 5 words. If you could tell me in 5 words
I
about
love
me,
that.
yeah, like you'll get loads back and your friends will be really brutally honest. And if you've got any wind up merchants like I have, then you can ignore them. Then I love them dearly, but um most people will be honest with you and just ask them, but also have a think about it yourself, because every single one of us is unique in our own way. And by being your unique self, you are going to, and you touched on this actually about the universe, because this is a really important aspect of whatever our mission is, whether it's small or big or in between. If you're hiding yourself, comparing to other people, I'm not good enough, I'm not like them, I want to be like that, why am I not like that, you're just putting out into the universe all of that negative thought process. And guess what? The universe is going to go, oh, she doesn't need we're not going to give her any good stuff, she can have more of the bad stuff, she can have more of the negative thinking. Like, it's just not going to match that frequency, guys. So it's really important to Stop comparing. And actually, do you know what? I hardly ever look at, so it sounds mad. I don't look at social media. I'm on it, but I don't scroll. I might do sometimes, literally for a second, when I'm going on quickly, but it's very rare you will catch me having a look on. I don't fall down that rabbit hole. If you are a scroller, if you're going on and going, I'm going to spend 20 minutes scrolling. Oh, look at her post. Oh, I really like what she does. Oh, I wish I was like that. Don't do it. Don't. If you catch yourself doing it, stop. Put your phone down. Do not put blinkers on. Again, I want you to think about your purpose. Why are you here? What do you want to do? What's the impact you guys want to have? Big or small? What is it that you want to do in the world? Get those blinkers on. Blinkers. Your brand, your own personal brand is so important. Do not listen or look at anyone else.
Focus on yourself. I think I've heard this before, or said this before, that when you're focusing on others, you've forgotten your mission, you've forgotten who you are, you've forgotten why you're here, right? So come back to you. You're not here for them. You're here for you and your tribe, your community, your family, how you can make an impact, how you can express yourself, right? That's why you're here. You're not here to look at what other people are doing. It doesn't help. It doesn't serve, right? So go within and ask, why am I here? What do I need to do next? I always talk about that. Go within and ask questions. Like, what's next, right? What's next for me? What's the next step? What do I need to do next? Where am I willing to step out of my comfort zone next, right? And so next is a big word for me. Next. Let's go. Next. What's next, right? And keep moving, right? So keeping moving means being consistent, keep going forward. Stop looking at the past, right? Stop looking at the stories. Stories are going to come up. That's when you do your healing work, when it comes up. Otherwise, keep moving forward. Okay. So we all do a lot of healing work, energy work, clearing work, etc. But that should not stop you from living your life. Right. That's really key and important. So, and we always talk about your energy, do the grounding, do the protection, do the shields, all of that stuff. But it's also about, boundaries and respecting what's right for you and what's not. Right. So meaning it doesn't really matter what other people are saying. It doesn't really matter what other people are doing. What's right for you. Okay. So, I know I'm going a little bit quickly, but it's like, okay, but the next part, I was like leaning into main character energy. I was like, I didn't read what it was about, but when I look at that, Gemma, I'm thinking about, we are the directors, the writers, the stars of our story and of our life, right? We are the main characters. So we should be, again, focusing on us and letting our stars shine, who we are shine, instead of focusing on the secondary characters and all that stuff, right? Is that kind of what you were going for there?
Yeah, so basically we have, especially those of us who are light workers and healers, we have a really bad time of putting ourselves first. Do you agree, guys? Like, we
Absolutely.
have a real bad time of doing it. It's almost like, oh, it feels selfish. And it's really weird because I actually wrote a post, and I didn't even think about what we were like diving into some of this, and it's actually so poignant. I wrote a post earlier today and I want to read it to you guys because it's actually important and it plays into your main character energy. And this isn't about being selfish. It says boundaries aren't selfish, they are savage self-care. Don't sacrifice your peace for people who don't deserve it, and stop apologizing for putting yourself first. We are healers and light workers, and therefore we come first and then we can help everyone else. If you're not putting yourself first as that main character, you can't do anything. Or if you do, you're like doing it from a half-assed place. You're not serving from your full capability, and it's not selfish. It's not selfish to put yourself first. Self-care is important. Boundaries are important. As that main character, those are the things you need to get really good at. I mean, who here struggles to say no? Who's always going, yeah, I'll do it. No, I used to do it in my corporate job. Oh yeah, I'll do it. Oh, we'll ask Gemma. Gemma will do it. Gemma says yes to everything. How fucking no do I say yes to everything? I say nope. And no is a full sentence, guys. No, none of this. No, because of the, no, sorry. Nope. I literally made people laugh at an event, and someone asked me to do something and I said, no. And the whole room went silent. I think, Nikki, you might have been there. I just went, no. And literally like, no, guys, it's a full sentence. Think about where you're giving your energy away. Think about where you are not being that main character in it, and not just in business, in family life. So a lot of us maybe are parents, grandparents, maybe you're a carer for someone. Where are you giving that energy away? Where are you? We're energy workers, we're light workers, yet we're leaking energy all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you all know, I've done that, right? In the past, I was putting my husband's first, because of his health, but I was putting myself last, right? And that that does not work for me, because I in the past I always said I come first, then my kids, then blah 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 blah. But because of his condition, I was like I putting him first, and then myself, then other people. But that takes its toll, right? And it took its toll on me. And so, Matt, now I'm back to I come first, then my kids and my dog, and then my parents, and then everybody else. Right? So I'm first. I came here for a reason. I came here for a mission. I came here for different experiences, right? And it's time for all of us to really be that main character in our story. The movie of you, right, is all about you. You are the star. But, it's time for you to step into that light to be the star of your movie, of your life. Okay. So, really, really important message about that, about being the main character. Again, sometimes when there's a temporary thing, fine, but don't let that temporary thing drag on for a long time like I did for 5 years. It's like that was too long, right? So, there are times and places for everything, but don't forget who you are. Don't forget why you are here. You came here for a reason. You came here for a mission of some sort, whatever that happens to be, big or small, doesn't matter. You came here for that. And part of that is to know who you are and to express that soul presence, that source presence within you and through you. So it's time to do that. Right. So I love that, because it's like we've all been, keeping ourselves small, limiting ourselves, shrinking, stopping ourselves. And we are not living, some of us are not living the lives that we truly would like. Right. And so part of the reason why I started the Awakened Happiness Now Global Series was so that you would know I was doing good then, so that you would know that you don't have to stay stuck in a situation, that you are powerful enough to create your life the way that you want, on your terms, because that is why we are here. There's nobody else, honestly. It's just you. And so how do you want to live your life? And I've been thinking about this now for a while, and it's like, yeah, I need to get back on board with me being first and foremost, right? And so Gemma is going to, like Gemma's been working on creating her life, now for quite a bit of time. Like I said, she's a single mom with 2 young children, and she home educates. I was like, I don't want to be you, Gemma. Oh my God, I would die. I don't know, I would just die. Um, and she has several successful businesses, but she's doing it on her terms, when it works for her, how it works for her. She doesn't have support, so she has no reasons or excuses not to do it, right? And so we all come up with lots of different excuses not to live our lives to the fullest.
Excuse-itis, I call it. It's just
Absolutely. So, that excuse-itis is, holding you back, limiting your relationships, limiting your money flows, limiting your visibility, even limiting your healing ability. Okay. So, and not just healing ability, but that ability to communicate with your guides. I know so many of you that want to just communicate with guides and angels, etc., and you're not able to, or you don't think you're able to anyways. And so all of that is because you're still holding back. You're not being fully you, I think, right?
yeah, it's I mean, I'll tell you a very quick story. I'll keep it under 5 minutes long, but something that happened to me that was deeply, deeply, almost another level of awakening this year. So Obviously we touched on the fact that I'm a single mum. I've got 2 kids, one's 10 and one's 3, nearly 3. And just a backstory, 3 years ago, I was engaged to my youngest's dad, and I had a wonderful home birth, and he walked out 2 hours later. I didn't see it coming. I'd moved house, everything, literally had given birth at home. I was on my sofa. He walked out. And I found out actually beginning of January that he had in a whole other life while I was with him. He'd got another woman pregnant and literally had pretended he was in Saudi Arabia working. And honestly, I knew intuitively, I knew there was a lie. And I'm a bit like the FBI. I was like, right, I'm going to go on this whole. Anyway, I found that out. So my whole world came crumbling down. And furthermore, this year, so this is the pinnacle for me. And this is what I want to say to you guys. Your spirit team are constantly like this. And if you're ignoring them, right, they honestly. So January came by. Anyway, I met a wonderful guy last year. I absolutely adored him. Beautiful, beautiful soul. And we were still in contact. We were talking at the start of this year. Absolutely. I felt like I know I was connected to him in a past life. All of a sudden, he just disappeared, stopped talking. And I was like, oh, there we go, another guy. You know, any of us who are single and dating, like, you're just like, oh, another one. And, you know, such is the way with dating. And 6 weeks after he'd stopped talking to me, I was sat here. There's a door right here, and I've got a halo light in front of me because obviously when I'm doing videos, and I saw someone in my doorway. There was no one in my house, and I looked up and I was like, I turned my halo light round and I was like, what the hell's happened? What was that? And I go ghost hunting, guys, so I was a bit like, oh, maybe it's a spirit come to see me. I went to bed. I felt like someone was watching me when I was walking up my stairs. This house is new, so I don't get anything here. Don't pick up any energy. And I went to bed and I woke up bolt upright. And I said to myself, I bet it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Looked at my phone, 2:59. And instantly, this guy's name came into my head. And I had this massive, overwhelming urge to pick up my phone and look for him on Facebook. Now, he's not on Facebook. He never has been. Funeral live stream. He died. He died, and I didn't know. And I ran downstairs. I was in tears. And I picked up my spirit box. Now I have a spirit box, which is like radio wave frequencies. And I asked, is this you? Can you tell me if this is, I believe who is in this house is you? Can you give me the name of one of your sons? And I recorded it because I was like, I've got to get something. And I asked that question. And one of his sons was called Jasper. Clear as day, I heard Jasper. I've had the sound cleared up and compared to a voice note. And this is the spiritual meeting science. He is in my life, and he is constantly putting stuff in front of me. I know when he's here now. And I know when he's here. And this is a whole pinnacle turning point for me. So I'd been through this hellish journey, and I'd met this wonderful guy, and he was taken from me. And I was like, why are you doing this? But actually, it woke me up one day. It woke me up. And when I say it woke me up, it made me realize that life is too short, and I need to be doing something that allows me to get my message and help as many people as I possibly can. And even more so, people that have maybe been in similar situations to me, maybe more single mums or whatever it may be. I want to impact the world somehow through something. So what I'm trying to say to you is, all of us have our stories. And you will probably be all ignoring little nudges from spirit to get out of your own fucking way. Okay. So that was a real big slap in the face, like massive slap in the face, lots of emotions. I still feel massively sad about it, hugely sad, but I know he's there. And it's really interesting because I'll obviously let you carry on with what will lead to. But I was pushed into something that, it was really weird the day it happened, that I just saw the post and I just instantly went, I need to know. And I've got involved in something that has quite honestly changed my life. And it all happened, that a series of events, and it all happened after I found out that my friend Hugh had died. And it's like I'd had these constant synchronicities and messages. And I truly believe it was actually a sign from spirit. because I would never have said yes to anything, what we're going to explain. I would never have said yes to anything like it. I'm not that person. I'm very busy. I'd have just been like, pfft.
Absolutely. And I mean, like, you just, brought me to tears because, for myself, I had it all, right? I had everything. A wonderful husband, living in Europe, everything. Never thought that my life was going to get turned upside down when my husband had a massive stroke, and he's not able to still work or anything, but turned my whole life upside down, that I'm now back in Canada because I needed to focus on me. And I realized that I can't depend on somebody else, right? I have to come back to focus on me because I'm still here. I still have a life. He is still alive, obviously, but he's not the same person, right? And so, but what that brought really dear to me was like, it could happen to anyone. There was no reason for him to go through that, but it was a reset for him and it was a reset for me. But it can happen at any time. And just this week, my daughter's friend's father just passed away. He had a massive heart attack. He was getting better, and then he had another heart attack. And he's like my age.
It's awful. My
Right?
friend
So
was,
no rhyme or reason. It can happen at any time for anybody. So it's like, I need to get my shit together and focus on my life again, and focus on creating the best life for me for the next, however many years I have. I'll be honest, I have hundreds of thousands of dollars saved already for my retirement. So it's not about that, right? I have that, but I want to live the life that I had dreamed of when I was living in Europe, and I was living it, and then it just,
yeah,
disappeared, right? So I want that back. I want my life back, right? And so part of what I also, was not looking for for anything, it's like, I'm going to just focus on my business, and all that kind of stuff. It's all good. But then I saw a post from Nikki, and I'm like, what? What is this? And I'm like, I need to get more information, right? So Gemma, when these things show up for us in our lives, I also think it's about divine timing. It's about spirit guiding us in another direction sometimes
yeah,
for our highest good. And are we willing to listen to that nudge, that guidance, and that pull, or not, right?
yeah.
So I didn't sleep last night when I was thinking about this, like, at all night long. I did not, because like I finally got it, and I was like, oh my God, well, why did it take me so long to get it? But like I finally got it, and I'm like, oh, Gemma, come on. I mean, thank you for like explaining it to me in such a different way and a better way, that I finally got it. And I'm like, okay, this is something I want to share with my community because they need to get this. They need to
Yeah.
know about this.
It
It's
honestly,
important.
it is, and I will explain it to you guys shortly. And but yeah, life's too short, and like when that whole situation happened for me, it's like a catalyst of events, because my friend was 42. Well, he would have been 42. He was 2 weeks older than me. Dropped down dead, pulmonary embolism. Pulmonary embolism.
Yeah.
He's gone. 42, gone. Like, it really hurts, but divine timing came along. Now, I do work very well. I have amazing businesses. I do work really well. I'm really grateful for everything that I've been doing. But do you know what? I thought about, what happens if that happens to me? What happens to my girls? One of them doesn't have anyone except me. I'm the only person in her life. What happens to them? So I was like, okay, well, I have my businesses, and I could make them willable, but if I stop, they disappear. I'm the face of my business. I do the coaching. I'm on calls. If I'm not here, I can't do that unless we have a really awesome AI clone and whatever, and it's got my, anyway, we can't do that. So this opportunity landed in my lap, and I'm very much, you can probably tell already, I'm very much straight down the line. I can't be bothered with nonsense. I've got blinkers on all the time. I'm constantly focusing on what I'm doing and my message and whatever. But I looked at this opportunity, and it's the most beautiful co-creative opportunity, almost like a new age way of earning residual. I'm not going to call it residual because it's not, it's more than that. It's a way of earning money that's not this shitty crypto. Sorry, guys, if I'm offending anyone, if you are in it or done it. It's none of this crypto BS. And it's a beautiful co-creative space in a what is a subscription-based business model. So the subscription-based industry is actually set to be worth $1 trillion by 2025. And it's everyone has subscriptions, right? We all have them. Who has Netflix, Amazon Prime, gym memberships? I get my pet food on subscription. Like, who has subscriptions? I think pretty much all of us. Mobile phones. My mobile phone is a subscription because I pay it on every month. My insurance for my car, whatever, anything you're paying for on a regular basis is a subscription. But do any of them profit share with us? Hell no. Hell no. And when you think about something like Netflix, for example, let's look at Netflix. Netflix started 30 years ago. I actually didn't realize that, but they started 30 years ago. Okay, so 30 years ago they started. They now have 277 million members. Could you imagine if you joined Netflix 30 years ago and they'd said, hey, Gemma, here's a link to, you can get an affiliate link. And everyone after you would earn a tiny little bit of their membership. Wow. They earn 3 billion a month. That's how much they make. They're a big business. Could you imagine getting like even 10 cents of each one of those memberships? Like, we wouldn't be on this call. Like, we'd be on our mission, either helping people across the world, whatever your mission is, you would be doing what you needed to do. Personally, I would want to go and live on a private island by myself with a herd of cattle. I have a real thing about Highland cows. So I would literally have my Highland cows and I'd be quite happy. But I would be helping people. I'd be also like, I've got a real thing to help single mums. So I'd probably set up foundations for whatever. We've all got lots of whys. But there is a company that some of us jumped into, and I jumped into 17 weeks ago. And, you know, I'm busy. Like we've already said, I'm a single mum. I home educate. I don't get any help. I don't get support from parents. I get nothing. It's all on me. And so I was like, I do. I'm just going to do it because I could see that the industry. Now, I'm very clever when it comes to business models. So when I see a business model, I'm like, that's interesting. I'm going to jump into it. Same with TikTok. I was the one that started using TikTok 5 years ago, and everyone kept saying to me, oh, Gemma, it's a kids app. I've made literally millions from that app over the past 5 years. Like, it has grown my businesses from 0 to multi 6 figures and beyond from that app. But everyone kept saying to me, no, Gemma, it's a kids app. But now people are waking up to it. I instantly looked at it and did that same feeling I had with TikTok. And I was like, So I jumped on board. And this was 16 and a half weeks ago. Now, this won't mean anything to you guys, but it is in the network marketing industry. But bear with me, because I fucking hate the network marketing industry. Okay, I was in it. I left it, never to return again, ever. Okay, we're not selling products. We're sharing the love of an e-commerce platform, which is giving people the ability to access products that are heavy metal tested, organic, third-party tested, that are low cost. I mean, I'm buying stuff from Amazon anyway, collagen, magnesium. I'm just plucking some things off my head, but I get access to this for a lot less. It's organic, which I'm really, who else here is bothered about what they put in their body? I am massively. So all of these products, literally, you can pull off the certificate of analysis, but I'm not having to buy them if I don't want to. I don't have to sell them to anyone. Ew, I don't want to sell products to anyone. That goes against everything that I want to do. All we're doing is, it's like, if you're a coach, if any of you have ever offered an affiliate scheme to maybe your people, you've offered a program and you've offered an affiliate scheme, it's very much the same. You've got an affiliate link, and basically you share the platform with people. And interestingly, guys, for the first time in recorded history, did you know that life expectancy has gone down? I find that quite shocking. Why? Because we've got so much toxins and things in our environment and in our food and in our water and in everything else. Don't get me started on that. But anyway, so life expectancy is going down. This particular e-commerce platform is going to be like Amazon. So yes, they've got health food supplements, but we're bringing out house cleaners with essential oils. We're bringing out skincare. We're bringing out pet line products of healthy products for our pets. So it's going to be like the next Amazon, and they have grown faster in their first year than Netflix did and Amazon did. So I listened. I was like, this company's going places. Now I've done my research. So I jumped in and I hit diamond last week, which is, I'm at the top, 16 weeks. I cannot believe it. Still pinching myself. But I've generated over $30,000 in 16 weeks of me doing everything else in my busy life. What that's doing for me is giving a lifeline for my girls. It's building generational wealth. The way it builds, and this is something that takes time to understand, but they've cleverly constructed it so that basically when you get your spot in your membership, and it's $9.95 a month. And I was like, I waste more than that on all sorts. I had a Starbucks this morning delivered here, and that was about £18. I was like, okay, $9.95, £7.50. I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to pay it every month and see what happens. And just by sharing the love, all I do is share the amazingness of what it is and the amazing products that you can get if you want them, and the amazing ability for everyday people to be able to earn that little bit extra to either help their families, help their mission, help their why, whatever it is. But for me, my kids. So I stuck my kids underneath me with custodian accounts. So I signed up again under my name, and their accounts are growing with or without me now. I could walk away from this. I could walk away and they would keep earning money every month without fail. And I'm blown away. I'm very rarely speechless, but every every single week that I go by, we get paid weekly and monthly. And you know what? I used to have this, or I used to feel it was harebrained. I used to have this real big mission to have this. It sounds kind of hippie, guys, but I'm going to share it with you. I kind of wanted this like commune and this beautiful forest with wooden lodges where I could save single mums who had just been left and hadn't got any help. And that was my mission. And I always said that I wanted to do it. And I wanted to have this beautiful, wonderful, holistic space where I could save these mums. And I can't save everyone, but I wanted this space. And for the first time, it's going to happen. It's going to happen because of this. And I have literally stopped one-on-one coaching now because it drains the living daylights out of me. And I want to help the masses. I want to help more people. I want to give more people the opportunity to change their life. And this business has done just that. And I've never seen a compensation plan like it. The way it pays. When we talk about not sleeping, it's a good problem, trust me. The way it pays is because even if you just have a slot paying your membership, you have people fall underneath you, because they're coming from every person. Imagine with Netflix, you signed up at the beginning with the first 10 people, and then those 277 million members have to come after you, right? Somewhere. You'd get a tiny bit of all their memberships. I've started to see it happen already with this company. Incredible. I've been doing 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes here. And you know what? I've been able to help so many people. And it makes me so happy. I actually go to bed happy. But by helping other people, money's coming in with or without me doing anything. It's what we call beach money. And I've always been promised that in the past. I think it's BS. I'm really skeptical, guys, because I have quite an analytical mind as well. And for the first time in my entire life, in my entire 42 years of living, it's real. It's real. Beachman, and I'm experiencing it 16 weeks in. So obviously I could do a full presentation for an hour, but there's a lot to take in. But all I would say is this is a membership to a wholesale club. It's like a wholesale e-commerce platform. The only difference is, instead of your Amazon Prime, you pay this, and it's no different except they profit share with you. So they will profit share their memberships with you. That's the difference. And I've never seen anything like it. It's incredible. Insane.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything like this either. And that's why it's like, when I looked at it, it's like, can this be real? Can this actually work? Right. And the thing is, it does, and it is. And, you know, one of the things that Gemma didn't mention is that if you don't want to refer anybody, you don't have to. You don't have to push products. You don't have to buy products. You just have to pay your $9.95 per month, you know, every month. And then, you know, in time, you will start to, for people who have not referred anybody, you'll start to earn $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It'll take time, right?
Yeah. What happens, guys, is you pay it like, so who here has Amazon Prime? I think this month is probably the month that I tend to use it the most, sort of November and December, because I'm like, oh, Christmas presents. But some months I don't use Amazon Prime, but it's there. We carry on paying it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I use it, sometimes we don't. But with this business, it's the same thing. Sometimes you might use it, sometimes you might not. Sometimes you might log in and order some products, you might not. You might not for months, you might not at all. But you've got this membership that's like $9.95. And what happens over time, and this is what I love, this is why I love the co-creative element to it. The people above you, say me, say I'm above you, I'm busy sharing because I want to share this with millions of people. Well, everyone that I refer goes underneath you, and you earn that little bit of membership. So eventually your whole, what we call matrix, I hate that word, but it's called matrix, it fills up. So what that means is, in a few years' time, you would earn $2,000 a month from having a $9.95 membership. Insane. Insanity.
Yeah.
Because people in my matrix will fall into yours. And the company makes their money from the membership. That's why they give the products at such a low price. They're pretty much wholesale price with a little bit of extra profit on, so that they can put back into the business. And they do give a little bit of commission on products, but it's hardly negligible. Like, we don't focus on products. That's the product itself is the membership. But you would earn, like, it's, if someone said to me, Gemma, pay me $9.95 a month for an amazing little wholesale club, and eventually you'll earn $2,000 a month, I'll be like, hell yeah, that's like a really good savings account, thanks. And I've set one up for my daughter and one up for my younger, so both my daughters. My 2.5-year-old is sat on about $400 so far. I've been in it 16 and a half weeks. She's sat on about $400. She's 3. My 9.5-year-old is earning more than her dad in monthly wages. In fact, she quite happily rubs that in. He tried to bribe her with something the other day and said, oh, I'll give you some pocket money. She's like, no, Dad, I'll be able to give you pocket money. Can you do it for me?
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, sass. But what I'm saying is, like, they're set up. Do I have to pay for it? No. Yeah, sorry. Yes, Richard, that's a good question. So yeah, your $40 is your affiliate fee for life. Now, you can have people just be members. So they could just join like Amazon Prime, pay their $9.95, get access to the products. They won't earn any money. So you would pay a $40. So yes, with my 2 girls, I paid the $40, but I got $25 back on each one. So if you do refer people, but this isn't where the money's at, but if you do refer people, you get $25 back on every referral. The money, and I'm just going to briefly tell you something that keeps us awake, and it will make sense, I promise. So you know this matrix that I've told you about? So you're imagining all these people signing up, and they all fall underneath you. They fall under the people that sign up. Anyway, we get about, how many is it? About 16,000 people sign up a week at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. So they are just about to turn on their advertising. So they're going to be all over TV, radio, everything. It's going to be a household name. Going into 2025, they are projecting massive growth. Now, if you went and signed up 100 people, this is what I was like, are you kidding me? If over, let's say, a year, you shared this with 100 people, And those 100 people didn't share it with anyone else. And they just had it as a membership. Okay, it's fine. Whatever you want to do, whatever. Their matrices will start filling anyway. It'll take time, those 100 people. And when their matrices are full, they would earn $2,000 a month, right? So there's your $2,000 a month. All those 100 people on your front line, you earn 50% of their match pay. So you would earn $1,000 off of each one. And I've started seeing this, guys. So I was like, are you fucking, that's 100 grand a month. Now it's not get rich quick scheme. So it's not going to happen like that. Someone's just not going to come on board and go, boom, $2,000 a month. Okay. It's not going to happen like that. But I'm just going to give you a scenario from last month. We get paid again next week. So I'll see what it is then. But last month, I matched on my friend Jackie. So my friend Jackie does everything I do. So the first person I told about this was my friend Jackie, and she got in. Now she's not referred any. I think she's referred a couple, but she's not gone crazy with it. Because she's directly underneath me, she gets everyone under that I personally sponsor fall underneath her. So last month she earned $270 for doing nothing. And that's gone up every month she's been in. But I earned half of that. My daughter's account earned $800 last month. I earned $400. So I double dipped because that's my money. My friend Lucy hasn't done a single thing. She doesn't care. She doesn't mind me mentioning because I want to throttle her. She's not done a single thing. She's just signed up. She's paying a membership. She's bought a few products. And I said to her, have you checked what you've earned? And she was like, no. Logged in. She'd earned $300. She went, where's that come from? I went, I told you. And I earned $150 off that. So I've got 165 people on my front line. And I earn off of every single one of them. And I also earn down. So when I look at my like pay, it breaks it down. And I could go like this on. And I'm earning $1, 50 cents off that person, $1 off that person, $10 off that person for hundreds. People I don't even know. Because once you get referring, they start referring and they start referring and they start referring. I've lost complete control. I don't know who's who. I just get paid once a month and I'm like, oh my Lord. Last month, I got paid $1,800 for doing, all I was doing was sharing. And it's gone from $35, my matrix pay, to $700 to $1,800 last month. I hit diamonds. This is the most exciting part. I cannot wait for next week. I hit diamond. The company now shares 2% of their sales and sales across memberships and all their product sales. 2% I get of that. So I get 2%. Yeah, you would need to pay taxes, Susanna. It's a self-employed business. So if you are self-employed, you have to follow whatever country you have to, obviously, who you're with, obviously rules and regulations with every country. But I now earn, as of next month, 2% of the company's profits and memberships. And I have to share that with the other diamonds. But they're projecting that that's going to keep going up and up and up. It's currently paying about an extra $2,000 a month. My daughter's account is nearly diamond. I'm going to be double dipping on 2 diamond accounts. I'm going to get $4,000 minimum. And they've projected over the next year, that's going to go up to 10,000 as a bonus per month on top of everything else I'm getting. I've only.
Is your mind blown already? Like,
I honestly, 16 weeks. Like I spent years building up businesses to even get to any, like I cannot. Oh, this should have been invented years ago. We've like needed some, and it's so co-creative, and so I get to help people because of the work I'm doing above them. Never in any business and I've been in network marketing, and we're all out for ourselves. It's like dog eat dog, and oh, they're mine, and I can't impact anyone. I can't. But this way, I do work, and it filters down. I've had people say, why have I got these people in my matrix? Who are they? I went, oh, they're mine. I recruited them. So they've obviously fallen into yours too. It's insanity for $9.95. Who here runs businesses? I don't know. I've got systems that I pay for, Zoom.
yeah.
And my membership back office. I've got websites that I pay $400 a month for Kajabi. $9.95. That's my only outgoing.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's the thing, like if for all of you who are healers, struggling healers, if you are coaches, if you have children, if you're looking into your retirement, all that stuff, this is the type of opportunity that can really help you to feel more comfortable, give you choices. What money does, it gives you choices. That's what it does. That's that's all it does. It gives you choices. And
Yeah.
so for me, when I was looking at this, is like, yeah, I would love to, make an extra couple of $1,000s a month eventually, $500 a month, at least, starting somewhere. But the thing is, some of us, you know, you may not need very much, right? But you have children. I know, I mean, my children are grown, but they want to buy a house, right? So, by setting them up, they're going to start to earn money every month, and that can help with their down payment for their house, right? So, we all want to do things for other people. We all want to take care of our family, of our friends, and help people who are, maybe not doing as well as they would like. I know some of you would love to buy all the packages that we offer on the show, right? I know that. And you can't because you don't have enough funds, right? So this business can help you to generate more money every month, pay for your membership, pay for your products if you want. Again, no, you don't have to. That's what I like about this. You don't have to.
There's
Um,
no auto ships
there's no auto ships unless you want. Like
unless you
there's
want
there's
to.
there's none of that. And the possibility and the potential to earn $2,000 a month, $4,000 a month if you refer two people, and then it goes up and up and up and up. So it's like it's limitless. The matching pay part of what Gemma was talking about is unlimited. There's no limit. There's no cap, right?
No.
And so that's why I couldn't sleep on last night when I was trying to think about it. Because it's like, where do you want to be in the next year? Where do you want to be in 2 years? Right? What do you want to create? Gemma has this mission of a in the woods, having this community kind of thing. I always wanted to have an ashram where I could help young girls who were abandoned or trafficked or like all that kind of stuff. I always wanted to do that. I wanted to support and empower people to create better lives for themselves. Right? That's why I've been doing this show for so long. How can I empower you to get out of your own way, to get unstuck, to know that you can thrive instead of just survive, right? And I'm still going to do the show, obviously, because I just love it. But the thing is, we have time to do a little bit here, a little bit there, if we want, right? There's no pressure. I'm never going to call you and say, hey, you need to buy some product. Hey, you need to, find some people. I'm never going to call you to say that, right? I just pay your $9.95 a month, and we're good, right? And then just be either, and this is the thing, it's not about referring, it's about helping your friends and family to see the vision as well so that they can take control of their life, right? That's why I don't like the word referring or
No,
sponsoring or anything like that. It's not
no.
about that.
It's sharing. It's no different, guys, to if you think about, I don't know, I mean, I've got kids, Disney Plus, like they're always on that. And when that first came out, I was like, oh, hey, have you seen this Disney Plus? The kids love it. And then my friend would go, no, like, oh yeah, go and look. Okay, cool. I'll go and sign up. There was no referral link. I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You're just sharing. And like I said, the products, if you're all, I'm guessing, we're very spiritual here, and what we put in our bodies is so important. And actually, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a product person. When I saw this opportunity, I was like, meh, products, whatever, products, not looking. Then when I started looking, I was like, I take that. Let's have a look at the difference. Okay, then. Wow, the difference in the certification of the product, the certificate of analysis, the fact it's organic, the fact that they're heavily metal tested, like a really big thing. I was like, okay, so these products are brilliant. So then I started replacing stuff that I was already ordering. Like, so who here uses collagen? I use collagen. I was ordering it off of Amazon. I think it's fabulous. And then I found that I was like, oh my, but the price difference, I was like, okay, even though I pay shipping and tax to get it in from the US, it was still cheaper. Like, and you know, our gut health is important as well. Like, that's our second brain. So, you know, I was like, I was paying £50 for a tub of stuff from Happy Mammoth. And now I pay, I think it's $18 for these amazing organic like capsules, pre-probiotics. And I've had some nutritionists look at them and they're like, are you kidding me? Look at the ingredients in these things. And they're only $18. I was like, I know. So actually, I would still be part of this membership, even if it didn't pay me, because the products are insane. And that's the way I look at it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was not even going to try out the products. It's like, I don't need more products. I don't want to buy products. I don't want to have to store products, but I did. I thought, you know what, let me just try. And one of the products I love, and I mean, it is amazing. I used to have knee pain, as some of you know, my right knee. I could not even bend it, you know, and then I took this one product, I think it's Factor 4 or something or other, but um, within less than a week, I have had no more pain. It's been unbelievable. So, you know, part of that is like arthritis or God knows what, a strain, whatever happens to be. Um, it's beyond amazing. And so, you know, I that sold me because nothing else was working. I have tried so many things and nothing was working. My lower back, nothing, right? So that's like, okay, I'm good. I like this. You know, the products are amazing. The compensation plan is like brilliant. Nobody does this. And the whole concept is where we're going in this day and age. Everybody has a membership for something. I know some of you have Gaia, some of you have Mind Valley, some of you have Calm, like the what's it called? The Calm is like the meditation app, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
so many that we have. It's a regular thing, right? But at least in this one, you get paid a small fee, you know, like a small percentage, right? Um, it's
It's just like, guys, I mean, who's used to, I mean, I don't know how many of you are actually coaches yourselves. It's just like, you know, you get these big coaches, named coaches in the industry, and they run affiliate, so you can be an affiliate. So they offer a big program out, you have your own affiliate link, and you get a kickback after when you send it out to your email list. I used to be one for Selena Sue. I used to work for Selena Sue. And so I used to be one for her. So I'd send everyone out. Oh, Selena's launching her program again. You know, her Impact Academy, and lots of coaches do it. It's no different to that. It's the same. We've just got an affiliate link, but we do, because it's a membership, we get a continual kickback every month. It's genius. Like, it's incredible. More and more businesses are actually going towards the membership model. It's actually something I've been talking about for 4 years. It's something actually I started from TikTok. I created a spiritual membership. I had a spiritual membership running, and they were paying me like $47 a month to be in this container. It's no different to that, except it's a very clever compensation plan.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, you all know that I have a membership. I have the free membership, and then I have the VIP membership, right? Same idea, except you're not getting paid back anything, right? So it's a lot of healing, but you know, so you know, this is something that you really want to take a look at. So I want to ask you, you know, for those of you who are here, and for those of you who are watching on the replay, who is all in, and who has questions? You know, like, you know, we all have questions, but for $9.95 a month, just jump in.
I got in and asked questions later. I didn't even know what I was doing. And I was like, just get me in and I'll figure it out as I go. Because we do have the best training and support. We do have incredible calls every day. I didn't even, honestly, guys, I didn't even understand the match pay like until I was 5 weeks in. I literally sat there one day and went, huh? What?
Yeah. Like, even if you just join as a member, don't do anything else for a couple of months until you like start to understand it, great, right? Because you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Like the training is amazing, the support is amazing. Obviously, I'm always around, as you all know. Sorry, Gemma, go ahead.
Yeah, they do awesome any of you interested in the actual products themselves, they do product training calls on a Monday. They didn't, I don't believe they did one this week because it's Thanksgiving. But they do awesome product calls that are also recorded. And you can get access to all the pre-recorded ones, all the ones that have been recorded in the back office. So when you join, they're all there. They go through all the products. We've got Dr. Ryan and Lisa. They're a husband and wife team. Dr. Ryan formulates all the products, and Lisa is the certified qualified nutritionist. They do product training, you know, if you are interested in that kind of thing, and if you want to go into more depth on the products. And you know, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I there's nothing bad that, and I've been in it for so long. I've gone through everything with a fine tooth comb. I've gone on all the training calls. I mean, I still don't understand fully the compensation plan, like the lower level. I don't get it. I'm just like, all I know is it's insane. But I kind of just very much, I like, you know, like we've said, it's $9.95. I was just like, I waste more than that. Like, I'm just gonna jump in and see what it's about. Wow, I'm glad I did. My one regret is I didn't find out about it sooner.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't get any emails. I didn't get any, you know, like nobody contacted me. I just happened to see randomly a post on Facebook, you know, which I never see Nikki's posts anyways, but that one day I did, you know, so that's how you know that it's like, okay, it was, you were meant to see that, you know, because I never see your posts, you know. So, you know, for me, this is about how can I support my community? How can I support, you know, the people here to start to create a life that is more abundant, more ease filled, right? And at the same time, sharing something that can help them physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, right? And help your future, right? That's what this is about. And so yeah, so I think you should all jump in. Of course, some of you are going to be like, no, 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 I don't know. I have some questions. That's fine. You know, I get it. We all have questions. We're like, I'm not sure, but let me just, you know, it's not a pyramid scheme, because I know so many of you are going to say, is it a pyramid scheme? It's not a pyramid scheme.
Pyramid schemes are illegal. They're
It's, yeah, exactly. Pyramid schemes are illegal. This is not. And like the thing is, you know, like Gemma's going to say this anyways, but somebody below Gemma can make more than Gemma.
I make more than Gareth. Gareth's my upline.
Okay, there you go.
Um,
So it can't be a pyramid scheme, right? In that case.
no, we joked. So Gareth hit diamond before I did, and I was a platinum, so that's one below Gareth. And we were comparing paychecks, and he went, well, what? And I went, yeah. And I went, he went, you earn more than me, buddy. And I went, yeah, I do. I went, you're a diamond and I'm not, but I earn more than you. So yeah, it's, and then the thing is, pyramid schemes are 80s, it's 80s keywords, okay? You cannot have a company trading in 200 countries who, because pyramids are illegal, they're illegal. And also pyramid schemes don't have products. There's nothing you can purchase or buy, or a service that you can access. You're simply exchanging money, okay? And I often say to people, if you've got a 9 to 5, I don't know if anyone's got a 9 to 5 here, you're in a pyramid scheme. You're never going to earn more than the boss. You're never going to earn more than the company owner, ever. You're probably somewhere down, you may be a manager, or you might be right at the bottom, right? That's a pyramid scheme, okay? And I think we as light beings and spiritual people should really be open to
Yeah,
looking at expansive ways. And this is a new way. It's so just collaborative, creative, freeing, gives us more choices. It's giving my children more choices. They mean more to me than anything.
absolutely.
Now I know they're going to be fine.
And this could be for your children, for your grandchildren. People have signed up their grandchildren underneath them so that their grandchildren can start to have income coming in for themselves to grow their nest egg, or to grow their education fund, or whatever it happens to be that is valuable for them, right? And that's what you want to look at. Like, okay, why do I, like, what is my why? For me, it's like, I want my life back the way it was back in 2020. I want my life back, right? And I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And so that means, you know, stepping out of my comfort zone, talking about this a little bit. Gemma's talking more about it, but, you know, getting out of my comfort zone and sharing something that, you know, I'm not going to say can benefit you, it will benefit you. I'm never forceful on these calls, as you know. I always say it's your choice, do whatever you want, you know, if it resonates with you, blah, blah, blah. But this will change your life. And that's why I wanted Gemma to come on the call to share with you. because it is changing people's lives. It's changing people's realities. And then it's so easy. It's so easy. You know, this is a 3D world. We are in 3D/5D, but regardless of what world we're in, the new earth, the golden age, we're always going to be needing to put food in our bodies, food on the table, a roof over our head, right? That is not going to change. Okay. Not in our lifetime. Maybe later, but not in our lifetime. So for us, money is still a tool and a resource for us to use to change our life.
Yeah, it is. And from like I've said before, guys, this, I genuinely before I was scared about what would happen to my girls if anything happened to me. Now I'm not. All the accounts are willable. We checked with head office. They're willable. And now I know that my girls are going to be able to buy houses. They're going to be set for life. If they want to go traveling and doing cool stuff, they can. If they want to set up their business and they want big cash to put in, cool, they'll have it. Yeah, Jane, you're so right. The farmers need this. They bloody well do. They do. And it's just, it's getting you to realize, just going back to that Netflix model, because this company's not slowing down. They've got a 10-year projection, 10-year plan. And imagine, this is where timing is key, because it's a bit like Netflix now saying, oh, hey, Gemma, we're now doing an affiliate thing. Cool, but everyone's in Netflix already, so that's not going to benefit me, is it? It's a bit like if you leave this in 10 years' time, everyone's going to be in LiveGood. Everyone is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you might be able to earn, but you're going to have less chance because everyone's going to go, oh, I'm already in it. Been in it a few years. I've had a membership for ages. Don't be that person. Wow, like, and we've got people in this business who have gone from homeless to millionaire in literally 20 months. And I had the blessing of having a conversation privately with him today. An amazing guy called Tim Miller. Homeless.
Yeah. That's amazing. It's an amazing story. And the thing is, anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. And it just depends on how willing you are to choose your life, right? To step out a little bit or not. You don't even like that. This is the thing that is so hard to understand. You don't have to do anything. Just $40 one time, pay your $9.95 a month. You don't have to do anything. And within a couple of years, you'll be making around $2,000 a month. And so that $2,000 a month, that's $24,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Someone's
like, that's, you know, we could all use some of that in our lives to make our lives a little bit better. Right. Yeah. And or you know what, sorry, go ahead.
It's all right. Even if you have charities that you really care about and passionate about, you could give more to them. I've got charities that I love. I can give more to them now. Yeah. Like, it feels good.
Absolutely. And that's what it's about. It's about helping each other, helping our communities, helping whoever it is that we want to help. You have that opportunity. You have that choice. Okay. So if you would like to join, obviously there's a link that I can send you that you can join. You can sign up. And then basically then it's just $40 one time and $9.95 a month. And then you'll get access to all the products that you can buy if you want. If you want, you don't have to. And then if you want to invite other people, you'll have your own link, which if you want to share it with other people, you can. Plus, you know, on Facebook, there's a wonderful Facebook group that has so much training in it. So much training. I mean, all the information is there. We have so much information for you that you're never going to know what do I do next, right? Like there's none of that. There's step-by-step tools and training for what to do next. And again, it's about how fast do you want to go? How slow do you want to go? It's totally up to you. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Let me see what else do they need to know, Gemma?
Just that it's life-changing. Like I cannot, like, I will tell you something, guys, so before 16 weeks ago, obviously I'm running my business, I do social media posts. I went live about once every 6 months because I wasn't come on, I'm being serious about things now. I wasn't really passionate about stuff. I was just doing stuff because I'm good at doing it and I can help other people do the same thing. But it was just a means to an end. It's just a way to earn money using my skill sets. Didn't light me up. I didn't talk about it much. I realized I hadn't gone live since like a year. I go live every week now, right? Sometimes every day. I'm so passionate about how this has changed. I'm seeing it. Like it hits my bank account every week. It's there in the physical. Like I'm able to do things that I'm not doing one-on-one coaching. I spend more time with my girls in the evening. And I'm like, oh, this feels weird. Oh, and I feel weird about it because I'm like, I'm not doing anything for it. I'm just sharing and shouting how amazing it is. And I'm like, I've got this money. It still feels weird. But I'm like, now I can go and do the things I want to do. Like I've actually, and you are the first to know about it. I signed up to a whole degree for herbal to be a herbal doctor. Okay, today. So I'll be doing
Awesome.
three years of training to be a herbal doctor. I massively love that shit, and I can do it because I've got the time. I'm not one-on-one clienting. This company has allowed me to do that.
So you have the time and you have the money to do it.
Yeah. So now I can follow stuff that I love that I've wanted to do for years that I haven't had the time to do because I'm too busy earning money, doing the business stuff of coaching, and I haven't had time. Like I literally have to clone myself, but now I can. It's so good because I want more people to be looking at what they're putting in their bodies and not funding big pharma, and that's a whole other story. But
Yeah.
I get to do that now. It's given
Yeah.
me that chance and that choice.
Exactly. Again, it's about choice, giving you choices, giving you opportunities, giving you a way to create a different life. It's kind of like a new timeline for you,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's kind of like a new timeline for you that you are jumping into or creating for yourself so that you can have whatever it is that you desire, right? And a lot of us, we do want to help others. A lot of us want to be, a part of a community. A lot of us love taking courses and healing and stuff like that, right? So, we love to be able to have that opportunity to take these courses, do the learning so that we can serve again more, right? It's always about serving. We're always serving our community and our clients, right? And our tribe, our family. So, I've taken so many healing modalities, but there's still so many more I want to do, right? And so then this gives you the time freedom as well as the money freedom to do it so that you can serve more in a bigger way. That I mean, I think for all of us, a lot of us, that is our mission. We are here to serve in some way. And serving looks different for each of us. It's not always healing, it's not always coaching. Sometimes it is about being able to give our family and friends a little bit extra at Christmas, right? Or when some member of our family is struggling in some way, we can help them out in some way, right? We have those funds available to help them, or
Mm-hmm.
we give them the opportunity so they can help themselves as well, right? So, for me, that's the whole collaboration part. That's the whole the new earth, the golden age that we're ushering in is about helping each other, helping our communities, being part of a community and helping and serving and sharing, right? Um, yeah, it's amazing, it's mind-boggling, what is possible. And if you're willing to look at yourself and your life of what is possible, it's time to dream bigger,
Yeah.
right? Have you stopped dreaming? Right? It's time to dream again and dream bigger because it's possible. So yes, I put the link in the chat. For those of you who are watching the recording and the replay, message me, email me, you know how to reach me. I'll send you the link. It's definitely a no-brainer.
It is.
And we say that in the nicest, most compassionate way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we do. We do. And like we do, like I joke, if any of you are friends with me on Facebook, I often say I want to shake people like a glow stick until they snap and the light comes on. Like I
Yeah.
mean that in the nicest possible way because we all are, so many people are struggling. Why struggle? Like it's been dubbed the poverty killer. When I first heard that term, I was like, I didn't get the match pay. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, okay, yeah, I've seen a bit of money coming through. Like, I can see the money. But now, like, wow, yes, it is a poverty killer. but only if you allow it. If you're very closed-minded, again, you're restricting everything. You're restricting your manifesting abilities. You're restricting everything. And the way I look at it is this: to me, it was low risk. It's $9.95, and I was like, I'm just going to see what happens. And very much see what happens. And I was like, oh, I'm eating my words because I wasn't sure. Okay, and now I'm like, wow. And all I would say is it worth a $9.95 punt? Yeah. Because I guarantee most of you, but if not all of you, if you just do and just involve yourself in the community, you will go, oh, I'm so glad that I listened to those guys on that call. There won't be any of you going, oh, this is crap. I guarantee it. I'm willing to put money on it, actually. I'm a betting girl and I always win.
And the thing is, we've given you all a lot of information here. Normally, we don't share so much, but in this conversation, I think, Gemma, we've shared everything that there is to really share about it.
Yeah, raw and real as it gets. You know, I have a really good reputation online with my other businesses, and for me, I wouldn't go out there and there was hell no was I damaging my. I mean, I have a really good following. I'm not damaging my reputation by jumping into something that was not legit or not going to get the results. But I'm all out. Like, I am literally all out there. We have a UK event happening at the end of January, which is the second one. It's going to be really big. Like, these guys are just, honestly, the company, and I think Nikki said it earlier, the ethics of the company, the love, that honestly, the calls that I've been on recently where I've literally been in tears, and I'm like, thanks guys, you've made me cry again. Like, even at the event, Nikki, I think you were sat further behind, weren't you? I was literally crying my eyes out all day. I'm like, thanks guys. Like, emotion, friendship, it's more than money. Oh, honestly, it's more than connections. Honestly, yeah. The whole thing, it's changed my life in so many ways. It's not just the money.
And it's, just to be clear, Gemma was crying because everybody around her was saying, thank you so much. You've changed my life. That is the thing. And, that brings tears to me because it's like, that's all we want. We just want to help you change your life. Right? I mean, when somebody says that to me, like anything like that, I was like, oh, I go into tears. They're like, oh, thank God. Yes, I helped somebody. Oh, thank goodness. It's like, that brings me the biggest joy. Right? That's why I'm still doing the show since 2013. Every week, 2-3 calls a week. This is why, so that I can make a difference in somebody's life. Whether people, most of you do, and it is Thanksgiving, right? So I'm so grateful for you as a community because you are always here for me. You're so supportive. Oh my goodness, you share so much love with me. And I see how so many of you have changed. Right? And that is, that's my mission. That's why I'm here, is to make a difference in some way, to help you get unstuck, to help you see that something else is possible for you. So you can live in your bigger, grander vision. That's why we're all here. It gets me so excited when when we talk about these things, because that is, what makes me sad is when somebody comes on a call and says that they can't afford a package that they really want to get. I'm like, oh, that makes me so sad. It's like, I wish you could, because you feel like you need it and you don't have the resources. That hurts me, right? But the thing is, this can help you if that is what you want. But you know what, honestly, there's so much possible with this opportunity, with this potential, so much possible. And I just want you to all know that, even if it feels scary, it's like, oh, I'm not sure if I can do it. I get it. Just jump in. You don't have to do anything for a little while, and then just see how you feel. If you want to, if you don't, it's okay. The money's going to come in. That's the part that boggles my mind. Even if I do nothing, it's going to come in. It's supposed to be slower. But I want to be able to help all of you have that for yourself. Right? I have money, so it's not for the money, right? I have money. I have savings. I'm good. But how, how can I help you to have a better life, right? Awaken to happiness now. How can I help you to awaken to that happiness within you now? How can I help you to thrive now? This is one way. So, yeah, I get so emotional as well because, you know, I don't want to, I hate to see people struggling. I hate it, honestly. I just breaks my heart, right? So, if there's anything I can do to help you, please, you know, jump in. We're here to support you. Again, like I said, there's so much training and so much support available. Just jump in. Again, $9.95 a month.
Your
And
hands will be
go
held.
ahead.
Your hands will be held. You are
Yeah.
holding not just one of us, it's a long line of us. We're all holding hands. Like literally, that's what it is. And I think that's why it makes me so happy as well, because I was definitely shown this after a series of events, and this had to come, this had to happen. This was meant to happen in my life. I was meant to go through the shit to then have this. And honestly, I sat and cried this morning because I was like, the money hit my bank account last night because it comes in at midnight, and I woke up and I was like, this is real. My daughter has 20 grand sat in her account because of this business.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I
And
just,
you know what? Today is Thursday, right? So normally we get paid on Thursdays, but
oh yeah,
because it's Thanksgiving in the US, we got paid yesterday.
yeah, they
What
did it.
company does that? They pay
Mm,
you a day early. It's like we all know it's not like they're doing it on paper. It's an automatic thing. It's a computer that does it all, but they programmed it to do it yesterday so that we would all get our money in our accounts a day earlier so that we can celebrate. That was, you know, to celebrate Thanksgiving wherever you are in the world, you know, not just in the US. Right.
yeah.
So for me, that was like, oh, that's amazing. You know, that
And also to see our amazing one of our directors on, you know, and we don't all have the same beliefs, guys, right? So we all have some of us are more religious, and some of us believe in certain gods and goddesses and whatever. And we actually had one of our nearest and dearest is going through a really hard time with his mum, and she's very elderly and sick. And he was, for the first time ever, not on a call. And we had one of the directors of the company come and pray in his own belief system, came and prayed for him on the call.
yeah,
Now, I'm not massively religious, but I literally was roaring my eyes out.
yeah,
And I literally couldn't believe that. I've never experienced that, not even in corporate. We were just a number. Honestly, I was in tears.
yeah.
Yeah, Nikki, I was in tears, and I was just like, oh my goodness, he is a director of the company and he's come on to pray. And it
Yeah,
was
and
beautiful.
that tells you about their values, right? They're valuing people, not we're not a number, we're people, right? And you know, yeah, it was quite emotional for everybody.
Yeah.
They care. That's the thing. They care about what is going on in your life,
Yeah.
right? So whether you are religious or not, again, right? Because we're not all, but prayer is prayer. Prayer is speaking to the universe, to creator, source, whoever, for somebody else, you know, asking for help for somebody. And that's special. That's really
Very.
special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so we are, you know, I know we've gone a little over. I just wanted to just really quickly say one more quick little thing is that this is available worldwide. So it's not just in the US, it's not just in Canada, it's not just in the UK, it's everywhere. So UK, Canada, US, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Kazakhstan. I mean, like, there's a crown diamond in Kazakhstan. It's like, I didn't know there were that many people in Kazakhstan. What the heck, you know? So China, Japan, Singapore, they're everywhere, right? So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, this opportunity is for you. Okay. So if you have any questions, of course, reach out to me. I did put the link in the chat earlier, but if you need it again, you know where to find me, you know, by email, by WhatsApp, by Facebook Messenger, you name it, right? Just hit me up. And if you have any questions, we're always here to answer that too. So this was brilliant, Gemma. Thank you so much.
Me. Thank you so much for having me.
This was, you know, it's partly a presentation, partly it's like talking about all the wonderful stuff that we normally talk about on the show. So I just loved it, absolutely loved it. We're gonna have Gemma on again, obviously, because she's just So amazing. And she's, spiritual, she's witchy woo, she's psychic, she's like all that we are, but she's a
I,
manifestation expert and
I have my little witchy salt. I have this on all the time, mostly, but my witch's salt. So I have almost crystals, and yeah, I could go into so much.
yeah, there's so much for us to talk about, but again, it is about all of us thriving in our lives and creating our lives, right? So jump on this. But if you have questions, just, message me and we'll get you started. Okay. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for playing the game with us. I know there were some questions that we asked earlier on. So, go deep, right? So thank you for, being vulnerable, and sharing your comments and feedback in the chat as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Bye for now, everyone.
You guys.